Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for November 21st of 2024 is titled "The Elephant's Trunk in Cepheus." So what do we see here? Well, here we see what stretching out a nebula, and a lot of it stretches out in a long thin line across the image, sort of in the shape of perhaps the trunk of an elephant. Now what we're really looking at here is a region of star formation. So the dark dusty areas are regions where stars are just beginning to form, and they are still hidden in there. At this point, they're what we call protostars. So they're not really quite stars yet. How do we differentiate between a star and a protostar? Well, really, a protostar will become an official star when nuclear reactions begin in its core. So that will be when the temperature reaches about 10 million degrees in the core. And that is hot enough to start fusing hydrogen atoms into helium atoms. And the star starts generating its own energy through nuclear fusion. And once it does that, it will start to emerge from its cocoon. It will still be a slow process, but it will start to eat away at the remaining gas and dust around it. And over millions of years or so, it will start to push out and become visible through the dark knots that are present now. So many of these dark globules that we see are regions where stars are forming. And could we look at them in the infrared or even longer wavelengths, we could see into those star forming regions, giving us a peek into them and watching the stars forming. But we have to remember the star formation process in something like this takes a very long time. Stars can take millions of years to form. So it's not just an instantaneous process, but we're only getting a snapshot of one section of that star formation. And within even this region, we can see stars at various stages, from young cluster stars that have already formed that are making this new cluster that's in the process of formation, to some that are still just hiding deep within the cocoons of dust from which they are forming. Now, as we look at that again, we also see the reddish glow. Now, the red glow is due to hydrogen gas. Those stars, as they form and emerge from their cocoons, will illuminate the gas around them. And their ultraviolet light will excite those hydrogen atoms and cause them to glow. When hydrogen glows, we get that distinct red color, and that is associated with the excitation of hydrogen gas. So we see some of that leftover gas that did not form into stars, that is still present there. Now, normally gas is clear and invisible. So normally you aren't able to see it. But when it is excited, when the electrons are jumping between their various energy levels, then it can actually be visible, and that gives off the distinct colors. Something like what we do here on Earth when we have gases in tubes for lighting. And when they are excited, we can get a glow from those gases and get different colored tubes depending on the specific elements that are present within them. So here we get to see that star formation region in the constellation of Cepheus that may have the resemblance to the trunk of an elephant. So that was our picture of the day for November 21st of 2024. It was titled "The Elephant's Trunk in Cepheus." We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.